G'day everyone, Professor Maple here. We're back in the Nether, in Maple's world. Today we're going to do a few things. As you can see behind me, I've done a bit more Nether tunnel work. That kind of continues on, if we get out of F5 mode here, that continues on a very long way, and we'll see more of that later. That's not super important. What is important though is I want to try something out here. I've got a strider. I've got this warp fungus on a stick. Melvin, you seem to like warp fungus on a stick. We're gonna test this out here. We're gonna get Melvin out. We're gonna pop a saddle onto Melvin, and we're gonna pop onto Melvin. Pick up a block apparently, and we're gonna stride out of here. It's pretty neat. I want to try and find more reasons to use this as time goes on, because this is a neat mechanic. As you can see, it gets a lot quicker and happier and healthier in the lava where it's nice and warm. Melvin is no longer purple, and you know what? We're gonna. I could ride Melvin all day here. I could do that. That would be neat. I made this little dock here. It's just a button, and I'm not great at making sure Melvin comes in here yet, but that's fine. We'll figure it out, eh, Melvin? Yeah. Melvin's got friends along the Nether tunnel system here, but today I think we wanna take a trip over once we get to the straighter end of the tunnel here. Hello, elytra. I'm wearing elytra. I'm clicking. There we go. That's better. We're gonna take a trip over to this far end of the tunnel and get up to some business over there. And here we are at the end of the Nether tunnel as far as I've constructed it so far. For those of you who recognize the coordinates at the bottom there, especially that Z coordinate, I've been walking around a little bit, not too far from where I was, but enough to see this glowstone up here and this sort of lighting glitch going on, which I almost wonder if that marks the 1.15 and lower area and the 1.16 area. But let's see, does that fix the... Yeah, but we'll maybe keep that over there. Maybe it'll stay a while, and maybe we'll use that as like a marker or something. That's what... Z1 or 14640 about. So yeah, Z640 I think is where the new stuff begins. That's old Nether. This is new Nether right here. And the 640 is the Z coordinate boundary there. And if we just pop down here, I want to build something right about here that borders on the old and the new here. I've got to be careful not to hit the pigment, but as you can see, we're trying to remove lava with gravel here. So that's, if we just take a quick trip to lava removal land, it's just a matter of, it's just like filling in water, except you probably lose most of the things at the very end. Like these outer gravel blocks, I'm not expecting I'll ever get back, and that's fine. I got them in the Nether. They'll go back to the Nether in a way. So that's perfectly fine, but once we have a section kind of sectioned off here, and I'll do like a whole strip across and that sort of thing as well, but just for the sake of demonstrating, just for that purpose, you can not even have to put block for block one of gravel for every source of lava in there, and you've got yourself a nice clear area of not lava. And it's great, because what I want to do here is build something that goes right from the bedrock of the Nether to the bedrock of the Nether. And that's going to take a lot of blocks, and it's probably not going to be the only thing we do this episode, because that's not going to get done. I think you and I both know that. I've got a whole lot of projects on the go right now, and I want to get a little bit done on not all of them, but most of them. So I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to finish getting rid of all this lava here. I'm going to grab some materials. We're going to start building, and we should have something soon. Alright guys, so we are back building up what will be the wall of this structure. And I guess this is a good point to explain, now that this is all drained out, at least on the surface, or maybe still pockets of lava underneath here. But for now, we've got the wall going up for our nether base. Yeah, this is going to be my outpost in the nether. That's why I want it so close to both new and old nether infrastructure here, is because I want to have access to the new while still not being too far from stuff that I already have generated here. So the plan is, because the nether is about 127 blocks from bedrock to bedrock, or bedrock to bedrock, depending on what way you want to go. Because it's 127 blocks, it averages about 225. If I want to do 5 different materials throughout the kind of the structure here to do, and of course you've seen by now this is just a hex in the nether, but yeah, we're building it up, and I have 5 new materials. Well, I say new. No, I guess magma blocks have been around since 1.10, but I have 5 materials that I want to use for this build. Actually, no, we'll have that one be a little lower. And they are... Well, this one's going to be magma just because it's right by the lava lake. It looks like rock cooling, and I think that's a good way to kind of aestheticize the build. Give an aesthetic to the build is what I mean. Even if I'm making up words, that's the meaning of the words I'm making up. Well, yeah, I want this to look cool, pun intended, because we are in the nether, of course, and it's the middle of summer and it's very warm, both inside and outside. But I want to use a bunch of these new blocks that we have. So this is an old block, of course, as I've mentioned, but a lot of the other blocks that we'll be incorporating here, and there are 4 other blocks in the palette so far, at least, well, for the outside. The outside will mostly be for other blocks, but I figured we may as well, if this is going to be my base in the nether, may as well keep the same theme as the base. So we're just going to have the nether tunnel kind of go right through. That'll be kind of like an entrance, and then the rest of it's just kind of going to be a giant hexagon. And you know, like my base in the overworld, we've played around with like adding hexes to other hexes horizontally, like having one here, and one here, all adjacent kind of thing. We've kind of experimented with like the height of putting stuff on top of them. I've put texture on the bottoms of some of them. I think the next step in the experimentation with that is just doing a really tall one, because that's something I haven't done much of. So that's what we're doing with this now. All right, guys. So now that we have our magma blocks in place, at least the top section, I want each of these sections, as I said, to take up about 25 blocks, and these are about 12 on average here. But yeah, now that we've got that in, we're gonna have the rock that's cooling off, and of course that is in the form of basalt and polished basalt. So it kind of, I want to give the impression of like this tower has been like thrust out of the lava in the lava lake there, and it's kind of cooling off as it goes, kind of thing. So we're gonna get some more blocks placed. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, when placing magma blocks, you either want to stay kind of crouched on it, or you have fire resistance or frostwalk or something like that. But also, because otherwise you take your fire damage, right? But also, if you just scooch, shift click to the edge of the block, and then take no more damage because you're not really on the block anymore. Oh, that Strider made its way up now. Nice. Yeah, so It's not the, like I don't want to walk here because I'm definitely going to fall off because I'm not holding shift, but that's definitely a thing. So the more you know, just in case that's helpful at all. So yeah, we're going to use mostly the basalt, and I've actually lost track of how many blocks that is already. But yeah, mostly basalt with a little polish kind of thrown in here and there just to vary the texture a little bit. Because I noticed when I'd gotten most of this in, it looks like the neck of a very ill-proportioned giraffe. And that, not really what I was going for, but hopefully once we have another few blocks to kind of give context to the rest of the magma blocks, it'll make more sense visually. But for now, I just want to make sure that ghasts can't see me while I'm working, so that's what we're gonna do here. Alright, so just about finished here. Just grab a few more blocks, pop them in, and we should be just about ready to take a look at our end result here. As you can see, I'm only doing half of it for now, because if I don't like it, I'll be able to tear it out. Let's see, that'll be 62, pop one up there. Give a little variation. And let's see, pop some in here. I'll make that down there, and that's okay being a little lower there. That's fine. Okay, cool. So let's take a step back, and I like it. I like it. It's dark, it's foreboding, it's ominous, and the polished variant of the basalt in between makes it look a bit less samey. It's got a neat little almost highlight. Well, yeah, it's a highlight. It makes it look brighter in spots, which is kind of nice. So I think we're gonna do this on both sides eventually. I think for now though, I want to go and do the next thing. Alright guys, so here we are back at the villager trading hall, and immediately you can see that we've got some new redstone in here. We'll take a look at that. If we pop up to the main control room, hi fellas. If we hop up to the main control room here, you can see we've switched out some light sources, added some shroom lights in here. The new shroom lights, those are fantastic. They're not a big pain to harvest, and they look pretty. I like that it's almost like glowing lava kind of thing. Like I might go back later, and that part of the nether base that's just magma blocks, I might add some shroom lights here and there just because it looks kind of nice. Just to make it look like it's got veins of heat coursing through it. But anyway, back to what we're here for. So, waiting for villagers to grow up is a pain in the butt. It takes 20 minutes. I could just like put a timer on my phone and go do something else for 20 minutes while I'm AFK, but why not have something in Minecraft, in the world, doing that for us? So here we are, Mr. Vlecker's 1 to 320 minute hopper clock timer. Oops. Nope, come on. Nope. Hold. There. There, I want to put a builder's plate on everything. So anything that, moving forward, that I borrow from someone else's videos, like a tutorial or something like that, and even I want to maybe eventually, I say maybe, no, I do want to eventually go back and put a builder's plate on everything that I've already built that someone else has designed. Yeah, I wanna give credit where credit's due, and I think putting builder's plates on things is a good way to do that. And then also, if I have to come back here and explain whose it is, I don't forget whose it is. I give the proper credit then. But basically, this is just a couple of etho hopper clocks. There's a good way to stand up here. I gotta go back this way. Yes, okay. Redstone parkour is not easy. So there's a hopper clock down here. It's a hopper which kind of basically powers this one once in a while to let more items pass through. And so this is just basically a slowed down hopper clock. of the same design that because it lets items through more slowly, you get this is your like seconds and this is your minutes basically. So we've got about 20 minutes worth of items in there, and eventually it'll send a signal over to this redstone. We'll turn off the signal to that redstone torch, and basically it'll power this here, and we'll have our note blocks go off. But I think what I want to do here, since this is a villager trading hall, may as well have these note blocks instrumentalized. Make use of the instrument of the emerald block for that. So if we just take another look, and by look I mean listen. If we take another listen, look with our ears. There we go. That's the sound of villager trading right there. Pixelated and 8-bit. Perfect. So yeah, that's what I want to put in here. And so standing on that pressure plate there for 20 minutes will set this off and remind me that my villager is done growing up, and that I can come up here and close the lever to the next villager trading cell, because they'll already be in there and then we won't want more than one villager in there. So it's not fully automatic, but it's as automatic as I want it to be. And that's probably where we want to go with that. But right now, I think now that we've got this redstone in, what I want to do is put some stairs going up that way so that we can get our little mezzanine looking thing up there. And I've got some new resources that I want to put in there, mostly blackstone. And we're back, and we've got some stairs on one side. We've got where I want them to go on the other side. Kind of started, but not really. Again, I'm doing half the thing so that if I don't like the whole thing, I only have to tear out half of it. That's a good building tip, just in case you're ever not sure about something. Only do half, and then if you like the half, you'll like the whole thing more than likely. Unless you want some variation and to wreck some symmetry that you've put in by accident there. But anyway, yeah, we've got our stairs. I want to use a lot of these black stone blocks. I went to the stone cutter, and it's a full page of options with these things. We've got the black stone, like as it comes in nature, if you want to call it that. We've got the polished blackstone. We've got the blackstone bricks, or the polished blackstone bricks with the polished blackstone bricks. That's what they're called. And then we've got I'm going to say chiseled polished blackstone. Yeah, that's getting to be a tongue twister on its own there, but I probably won't use too many of these, if any, around here. I might use them in like a thing I might build later. And blackstone is something I'm going to be using in the nether base at some point as well. But I want to use it here because, like, look how nice it contrasts with the gray of the everything around it, if we want to call it. But it's nice to have a stone block that isn't gray, that's got a nice dark color to it, and it still looks rocky and like it fits with other things. And this is fantastic. This is a great addition to the game. Blackstone, I love you. We're gonna hopefully get some piglin trading going on, so I don't have to rip you out of the ground. I could just get you for free, well, for air quotes free, when I trade the piglins. But that's not this episode. This episode we're kind of looking into the options of what we do with this stair. So I want to have one level where I can just kind of jump in or out of the redstone here, and if I have to push a villager down a trading cell hole into their new apartment, that's kind of a thing that I can do. I want to still be able to do that without having to go some long way around or through some back way. And then I also want this is going to be kind of the main mezzanine here, the main sort of, we can look down into the trading cells across. We can kind of see, once all the stone scaffolding's gone, of course, we can kind of see what's going on. Not that we can maybe even put some some farms in here, like another like a sugarcane farm, like a real one, like a not the one I have down below where it's just sugarcane and I harvest it manually once in a while. That'll be nice. But I think now that we have this up here, I want to try and hew out. That's such an adult word, hew. Or an adult name. It's not a very common name for young people these days. Let's see. I want to try and get like a round shape into the wall instead of just being like straight up and down rectangular kind of stuff. And I think I want to get that work going all around here. I don't think we're going to get that this episode. I'll probably work towards doing that for next episode. But I think for now, I just want to try out the idea. Make sure wasting uses of my silk touch pick, but it's got mending, so I really shouldn't care as much as I do. But yeah, so I want sort of like a round shape. So if we do like a stair here, maybe not a stone brick stair because that's the stair we're using to walk on everywhere. Let's do like a cobble stair maybe, or what if we do just a regular stone? That's a thing I want to maybe try. We'll do that. And then it's hard to really tell how good this is going to look till we actually get the black stone in, because everything looks the same because that's just a regular stone stair. But let's do like a small section of this. Again, greatest way to decide if you like something or not is to just do a small version of it. And if you don't like it, well, then you've not wasted too much time putting that in. And I'll just do a bit more of the floor so that kind of fits in there. And I want to make this round, so that means we gotta try and just have to go out one now, I think. And up one maybe. And I want it to be kind of like ovaloid almost, so I don't think we want stairs there because that's just gonna, yeah, that's gonna ruin our effect here. I think. Oh good, those don't turn to cobble stairs when you use a really regular pickbacks. I know that's a bit of a inconsistency, but at the same time, it's nice that that doesn't happen. And do I want the same? No, I probably want regular black stone for the walls, maybe some brick. Maybe these will be like panels or something and it'll alternate. I don't know. Let's do like 3 of that. And then we'll do maybe like more stairs here maybe. And then that's not really round though. What can we do to fix that? Let's see here. So if we do like that and then we do like maybe we want another level out. I just want to make sure it doesn't get too tall because we're kind of running out of room here unless I want to dig more out, and I really prefer not to. But let's see. Okay, so we pop some stairs in here. Or no, we want to pop stairs on top of this. Right. Oops. I'll pick that up in a moment here. There. And then now we do our panel of 3, right? Does that look rounder? That's looking round. And then we, or maybe we do a panel of 2, and then we start the thing back around like that. That might be interesting. I'm willing to do that. I think if we dig any more that way though, I'm gonna be digging for the rest of my life potentially, trying to get this thing done. But anyway, I'm gonna work on that away from the camera here. I hope you had a good time watching this. I had fun making this episode today. Have a good now. Have a good later. And we'll continue working on the Nether base and probably either here or the Animal Crossing island next episode. Goodbye. Oops, I didn't mean to break that. Oops, nope, stop. There. Okay. So then if I try something like